These must be the Danans the Darkwings freed.
Yeah. The city might be in ruins. The people have risen from the ashes.
This is the place Bayfon said Deadeye would reveal the Lord's fate. I wonder what he'll do to her.
Well...
Is that? Yes. It's Lord Almeidrea Kynaris.
Please stop! No good can come of such hatred. Stop or there'll be no turning back.
Is this supposed to be justice? Astral energy? Why now?
You don't think that...
The fruit of Helgen!
I did warn you, did I not? Nothing good can ever come of such nasty hatred.
Found you at last. I swear it. I'll make you pay for what you did to my parents!
What do we have here? Could it really be the witch from Dana? Honestly, I thought I had wiped all of you out of existence back then. I guess there was one survivor after all.
Hey, Rinwell!
Shut up! This is the only thing that's keeping me going anymore. Stay out of my way or I'll kill you!
Rinwell.
I'll kill you. I swear it. I will kill you! What did you... Why are you defending her?
I'm not really sure, you know. But when I look into your eyes, I can't let you do it.
What about you? Are you not the one who got revenge for his father? Don't I deserve that as much as you? Move aside. If you don't, then I'll blast you again.
Even so, sorry. I'm afraid that I can't let you do that. No way. I can't let you kill her. Not while your face is full of the same hatred as those people who died.
You saw what she did. What are you saying? She should just get away with it all?
You're right. Rinwell. I don't know what I'm doing. But still, I know it's wrong. If you go through with this, I know you'll regret it. I'm sorry. I am. Forgive me.
I can't believe you. You, of all people. Of all the people! Why did you... Why you lost?
Is your little show quite finished?
Why, you...
For many years of my life, I devoted myself to the study of astral arts. But the knowledge I took from your family was truly enlightening indeed. For that, you deserve a reward. I shall allow you to taste one of the fruits of my labor. Rearranging life and death to form new hellish compositions. That is what I do best.
Mom, I'm...
Sorry for almost blowing me up. Hey, not like it's the first time. Come on, we need to take her down.
Okay.
I'm just
Try harder! Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Here's evil!
Swallow blade! Dragon form! Negative slot! Being interrupted. Swallow blade! Dragon form!
Healing circle!
Blind you with a shot! I owe you one. Elusive deity!
Here! Here, let me help!
Eat this! Strike! Watch this! Take this! Slot! Eat dragon form! I'll blind you with a shot!
Hear me! Flame of Fury!
Eat this! Slot! Dragon form!
Use the healing art!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me help!
All bad things come to an end.
Mega Ray!
Allow me to help! Strike!
Annihilation!
Void Blast!
Mega Ray!
Can't get out of this!
Here's a healing art!
Nothing gets by me!
Eagle Arm! Finish you here and now!
Radiant, here! Here's a healing art!
I'm on it!
First aid!
I'll smash you!
Annihilation! Lightning!
Finish you here and now!
I'm out! Ready!
Watch this! Watch it!
Lightning!
Right, you blade! Dragon Form! Prepare to be seen!
Radiant light!
Swallow Blade! Dragon Form! I'll finish you here and
get out
now!
of this!
Eagle assault! Annihilation!
Dragon Form!
I never miss!
Slash Soaring Blade! Dragon Form!
First aid!
I really owe you one.
I'm on it!
Talon Hurricane!
I'll grind you into dust.
Eagle Dive! I'll finish you here and now! I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw! First strike! This! I'm just getting started! Talon Hurricane! Dragon Swarm! Rip and tear! I owe you one!
Hear my call!
Can you take it?
Swallow Blade! Swallow Dance! Dragon Swarm!
In a bind?
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Hear my call!
That freaking does it!
Spray! Glacial Spear! Hear me!
Dragon Swarm!
Now you see what I can do!
I'm ready! Go! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! I'm on it!
They smite with
Into the
black
shadows!
blade!
Changing tactics!
There's no telling what it'll do! Stay focused!
With the earth!
Here I go! I'm only getting started!
Ready to go!
Annihilation!
Talon Hurricane! Glimmer Dragon!
Take this! Now I'm
Dragon
in
Swarm!
I'll grind you into
Dragon
dust!
Swarm!
In a bind?
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
All good shine! Radiant light! Force of regenerate! Regenerate!
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
That spot. Can you take it?
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Attack time! I can carve through armor!
Slash!
Elusive deity!
Reload!
Begin!
I'll heal you all!
Dragon Swarm!
Where are you going?
Benediction light!
Radiant, here!
Heal!
This should do it!
Lightning!
Away!
Hear me! Flame of
Shine!
Fury!
Light! Force
Dragon
Hear
Swarm!
my call!
Regenerate!
Glacial Spear! Hear
Evil
me!
pose is free to reflect on
Freeze
thy
Laser!
sin. They smite with black
I'll heal you all!
seismic rupture!
Healing Circle!
Eat this!
I owe you one!
I'm ready! Power of
I'll
water!
finish you here and now!
Watch it!
Benediction light!
Slice! Swallow Blade!
Don't no further!
Go! You're mine!
Dragon Swarm! First strike!
Far enough! Come and get it!
Talon Hurricane!
Now you see what I can do!
Swallow Blade!
Reflect on thy
Dragon
sin.
Swarm!
They
Strike!
smite with blackened
I'll
blade!
finish you here and now!
Lost my focus! Benediction light!
Here!
Into the shadows!
Dragon Swarm!
Eagle dive! I'll watch it!
By the power of
Such a failure.
Pay for that!
water! Hear my call!
Freaking done! This should do it!
Crumble!
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Never
light!
Tectonic Punch! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it
No
down!
further! I really owe you
Slash!
Go! You're
Dragon
mine!
Swarm!
And there goes the tail!
Right, let's do this! Easter! Dragon Swarm!
Here! Not on my watch!
Talon Hurricane!
I'll
grind you into dust.
Mega Ray!
Watch this!
I can handle it!
I can carve through armor!
Here, let me help!
Talon Hurricane!
Bloody holiday! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! Scream hate, blood, rending you apart! Bloody holiday! Swallow blade! I mean your death.
I'm on a roll, man!
Dragon Swarm!
Where are you going? Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Is everyone all right?
Yeah. But Almeidrea got away. Linwell, are you...
What the hell happened here?
Bayfon, is that you? Thank goodness you're okay.
I've been outside the city this whole time, but I sensed a disturbance in the wind and decided to turn back. What happened here? Where is everybody?
Almeidrea's handiwork. She allowed herself to be captured so she could rile up the Dahnans into a frenzy and rob them of their astral energy. She wiped out almost everyone in the plaza, including Deadheim.
Deadheim's dead. Everyone. And the Darkwings. Almost all of our companions in the Resistance. How could this happen?
Regardless of what she had to gain, what kind of person would do something like that?
If she managed to find kinship in Kelzelik, then I'd say the very worst kind. It's clear now that she used Menancia as a testing ground for the fruits of Helgen, before using them here.
So everything that led up to this moment was all a part of her plan.
Once she knew they'd eaten enough tainted food, she just needed to get herself caught.
We have to go after her. Balseth and Ganabelt were horrible, but Almeidrea makes them look like saints. I doubt she's really gone back into hiding. We have to put an end to this, once and for all.
Yeah, what she's done can't be forgiven.
I don't know what to do. I saw what hatred did to those people, but hating her is the only thing that's kept me going. I can't just stop hating her. What am I supposed to do? Tell me. Smile at her from across the battlefield? Apologize while we fight her? I don't know if I can do that.
Rinwell.
Nobody can understand what you've been through. We can't even begin to imagine the pain you've experienced. But if hate is what has kept you going ever since that day, then let it be your strength. However, think about this. When you've had your revenge, when we've beaten Almeidrea, then what will you do?
Huh?
I'm saying you're going to have to find a way to survive once that hatred is gone. When it is, what do you plan on doing then?
I don't know. I've never thought about it before.
Almeidrea's death doesn't have to be your end too. You need a reason to live, Rinwell, not an excuse to die. Understand?
She's right. We could never truly know the pain that Almeidrea has caused you. But I think you should listen to Shionne. Give yourself time to consider things. And if it's too much right now, it's okay for you to sit this one out.
No. My head might be a mess right now, but I'm not letting you fight Almeidrea without me. I need to be there, please. That much I do know. I'm going with you. And on the road, I'll think about it. A reason to live, without hate.
That said, it'll be no good chasing after her blind with no idea where she went. Bayfon, do you have any ideas where she might have gone?
I can't say for sure, but west of here is an underground harbor along a cliff near the coast. She spent years building a ship there, a floating fortress that she called her castle on the sea. No one quite knew why she wanted the thing, but now...
Of course. She's already effectively destroyed her own capital. It's likely she planned to abandon her realm as well.
Right. That's as good a lead as any. Let's go. What's that woman going to do next?
Nothing good, I'll bet.
We'll stop it this time.
Let's see what you've got.
Here I go! Strike! Swallow blade!
Strike! Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Bloody hell! Everlasting take this! I'll smash you!
Resonate with the art! Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And probably to me!
In a bind?
You're mine! Swallow blade! Dragon Swarm! Now I'm in the groove! I'm ready!
In an instant!
Impact block!
A scream.
Hurricane! Swallow blade! Rip and tear!
Let's refrain from losing.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out!
Blood.
Bloody holiday! Denied!
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
Negative gate!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Benediction light.
That's the spot.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Slush! I'm on it! I'll take it! Dragon Swarm! I'll face you! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
These ones can run rings around us.
I'll finish you here now!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Hear me, flame of fury!
Swallow Blade!
You can't get out of this!
Water, hear my call!
Talon Dragon Swarm! Do it! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long...
Right, here goes! Swallow Blade! Blade! Eat this! Begin! I'll run you through! You're mine! Dragon Swarm!
Resonate with the
Finish
earth.
it through the arc! Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang!
Reflect on that.
Graviton
You
Spear!
require a hand.
I'm on a roll now!
Eagle Assault!
Got
I'm ready!
In an instant! Impact Block!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
I'm on Slash! Swallow Blade! Rip and Dragon Swarm!
I'll find you in the dark. Anything in armor
Airborne
is all
beast.
mine.
My respect.
This one's got your name on it!
Ash to ash.
Searing
First
Blade!
strike! Void
Flying
Blast!
freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Seal, can you take care of that mic?
No sooner said than done.
Phoenix!
Eagle Assault!
Slash! First strike! Void Blast!
Do it!
Shadow! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Take it! One more!
Swallow Blade!
The enemy wields arch too.
We'll soon see about that!
Dragon Swarm!
I'm ready.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Right, here goes!
Glacial Spear! Here's Eagle!
Slashing you apart!
Dragon
Swarm!
Swarm!
Can't get out of this.
Talon Hurricane!
It's like trying to keep up with a wall! Evil!
Now I'm real mad.
You're mine.
Take this!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
All Astral Energy!
Say no more!
A comfortable win. Coming through.
Swallow Blade! Eat this! Talon Sword! Take this! Dragon
Into the
Swarm!
shadows!
No further.
Should have
The
messed
agile
with me.
ones to me.
Do it! Go me! In an instant! Impact Block!
Shine. Radiant light.
Water! Hear my call!
Swallow Red! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Water! Hear my call!
You're mine.
Glimmer Dragon! Dragon War! I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclops!
Here, let me help!
Dragon Blade! Swallow Blade! Dragon War!
Begin.
Talon Hurricane! Burn in hell!
Seems about right to me.
Do you think this is one of the places where the Dark Wings and Almeidrea fought?
I wouldn't be so sure. This place appears more ravaged by...
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Here's the
Rending you apart. What's this? Bloody
This one's
howling.
mine!
Void Blast!
The everlasting
You're up.
armor won't save you.
Water!
Dragon Swarm!
Do it!
Go me! In an instant! Impact Block!
Glacial
Pesky
Spear.
airborne
Here's
scoundrel.
Eagle. Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Dragon Hurricane! Void Blast! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Nicely done.
Let's see what you've got.
Swallow Blade! Try harder!
Here's the healing art!
Swallow Blade! Dragon
Naked
Swarm!
crawls up. Time to get out of the way.
With the earth.
Take this.
Swallow Blade!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Its armor's too strong.
Put it on! Be my guest! Dragon Swarm! Ignore! Talon Sword! Slash!
Freaking done.
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Radiant light.
Swallow Blade! Slash!
Take
Dragon Swarm! I'm ready! Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Shine. Radiant light.
Full regeneration! Featherweight! Swallow Blade! Dragon
really
Swarm!
owe you one.
Eagles! Now I'm in the groove! Swallow Blade!
Do it!
Big Blast!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch? A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Dahnans. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almeidrea. You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail. This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Dahnans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Dahnans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone. Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almeidrea?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegis.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegis. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almeidrea do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almeidrea resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Dahnans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Saar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Dahnan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almeidrea, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like, I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
You don't look so good. You all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Dahnans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Dahnans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Dahnans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective, from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Dahnan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Dahnans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
Not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Dahnans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almeidrea, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cyslodius Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Saar has people like Deadeye. But then there are people like Law and Shionne. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almeidrea. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But...
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well... I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almeidrea when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shionne mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Shionne's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almeidrea's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia, the lush green glades of Menancia, the harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Dahnans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Dahnans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Dahnans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shionne.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dahna. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shionne?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almeidrea. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almeidrea.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it. Spear! Here's evil!
Release!
I'm the true gunslinger around here! Water! Hear my
Power
call!
won't sink! I'll finish you here and now! We did it! Fall back! Fire support!
The enemy wields ours too.
You'll soon see about that. I'm ready. Not on my watch.
Got it!
Annihilation.
This one's all
Do it.
mine!
Astral energy.
Say no more.
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
I see one, eh?
Denied! I'll face you. Ancient being. Tell me, have you ever considered your purpose in life?
We're not finished!
I'm ready!
Astral energy.
Say no more.
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Got it. That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
No choice! I'm on Swallow Blade! He's locked! Swallow Blade! Shattering to pieces! Attack time! Eat this! Swallow Blade! You're done! Dragon Form! Hurricane!
Annihilation!
In a bind?
I'm just getting started! Eagle Assault! Flash!
Now you see what I can do!
I'm ready! Timber!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
No choice! For my lord! Take down their defenses!
It's almost too strong!
Then I'll split it open! Be my guest!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
That's my cue!
Shut him down! Listen! Far enough! Do it!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
I won't forgive you!
Dragon Swarm!
A showdown between blade and fist!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Dragon Shout!
Barely a blip on our radar.
It's on!
Take this! Dragon Swarm!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! Where are you
Is it too late to talk over our differences?
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! We're not finished! Eat this!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Don't get careless.
Leave the charges to me! Healing circle! I'm just getting started! Far enough!
That may prove a thorn in our side.
The rebel! Dragon Swarm!
Hurricane!
Covering wind!
Force Blast!
Resonate with the earth!
What's this? All good things come to an end.
Bloody swallow! Resonate with the earth!
Slut!
Now we're not
Dragon Swarm!
Blow away!
Wind! Force Blast!
no further!
Slice!
Now you see what I got. This!
Over!
Slut! Hurricane!
Dragon Swarm! This one's all mine!
Resonate with the earth!
Dragon Swarm! What you say? Burn!
Lightning!
Portal Blade! Dragon Swarm!
I never miss!
Portal Blade! Dragon Swarm!
to me! Do it! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Look sharp!
Lightning tiger blade!
Seems about right to me.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
We seem to have come across something a little...
Brace yourselves! This one's tough!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Elusive deity!
Rip and tear! Dragon Swarm!
Eagle assault!
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Far enough!
Who's next? Here!
Keep it!
It's on fire!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
In a bind?
Mega Ray!
Slash! Dragon
Annihilation!
Swarm!
Mega Ray!
Swallow Blade!
Dragon
Terrapulse!
Now,
Another win!
anything is
Elusive deity! Do it! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Force Slash! I'm on it! Slash!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
I'm on it!
Talon Hurricane! Where are you going?
Swallow Blade!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Hear me! Blade of Fury!
Nothing gets by me!
Hear my call! Talon
Swallow Blade!
Hurricane!
I owe you one. I have no limit!
Watch this! Freeze Blade!
Slash! Dragon Swarm! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Shine! Radiant light!
Here I come!
Take this!
No
Healing
escape!
Circle!
Allow me to help you.
Lightning!
Slash!
All
Take this!
I'm out of ammo! Watch and
Dragon
see
Swarm!
Talon Storm! Reload!
Slash!
That freaking does it!
Dragon Swarm!
Talon Hurricane!
In a bind?
Gemini Aqua!
Eagle Dive!
Here! Flame
I'll resonate with the earth!
Water!
Rip and
Here
tear!
I call!
Swallow Blade!
Spread!
Here I come!
Resonate with the earth!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Take this! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Everlasting! Unlock Shine! Here's the moment! Force of regeneration! Now it's my turn!
I'm only getting started. If it's in
Swallow
the sky,
Blade!
it's mine.
That's the spot!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Benediction light.
Slash! I owe you one.
Eagle Dive!
What in the world?
Don't worry.
I'm alright.
Force Slash!
Still standing.
I'll heal
Force
you all.
Slash! Strike! Force Slash!
I can carve through! I'm
I'll
just
bring you
getting
back to
started!
depths of this.
Dragon Swarm!
You see what happened there as you crossed me? Shouldn't have done that!
No rest for the witches.
Healing Circle!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! I really owe you one!
Talon Hurricane! Swallow Blade! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I'm pretty worn out.
Wanna rest? Up for a bit?
That equipment should come in handy.
Gone!
Swallow Blade!
Here I go. I'm only getting
Now or never!
Dragon
Now
Swarm!
No further!
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Reflect on thy sin!
Dragon Swallow Blade!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah!
This one's mine.
To me!
Swallow Blade! Dragon
ready.
Swarm!
Hey!
Blow them away!
Ugh.
Swallow Blade!
Cut this.
Swallow Dance! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Barely a blip on our radar.
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mills.
Let's see what you've got.
Take this!
Dragon
Form
Swarm!
of deity!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Lightning!
I'll punch that gun into your hand!
Stop them!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for you to
Be my guest!
Armor won't save you!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops! Reflect on thy sin!
Swallow Blade!
I'm out of it! I'm all stopped up!
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Come Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
No further! I really owe you one!
Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Not today!
Into the
Swallow
shadows!
Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Mega Ray! I'm ready!
Take this!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
Smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute.
Looks like we won.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almeidrea sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almeidrea's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almeidrea may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almeidrea.
I won't forgive you!
Now you'll learn that! Rip and tear! I'm on a roll! Fire support! Do it! Chisora!
Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cycla! I won't show you any mercy!
You got a spirit!
Arc Field!
Elusive Deity!
Glacier Spear! Here to it!
Strike! Stone! In an instant! Impact Claw!
That equipment should come in handy.
Let's see what you've got.
For my
Dragon War!
You think that shield will save you?
I do it! In an instant! Impact Claw!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Too strong!
Split it open! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Looks like we won.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Hear my call!
Can't get out of this! I'm going in!
The rebel!
I'm ready now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Here, let me help. Ready!
Deny! Resonate with the earth!
We're not finished! Rending you apart! Resonate Coil! In an instant! Impact Block!
Here, let me help.
Dragon Gale! Swallow Blade! Come back, will ya? Watch it! Dragon Swarm!
Now or never.
Swallow Dance!
Scientific rupture.
I'm on a roll now! Armor won't save you!
Here I go.
In a vine.
Talon Hurricane!
Elusive
You're on a
Beam.
roll now! Eagle Ray! You're mine! In an instant! Impact Block!
I won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday.
An opponent like this should be easy. Swallow Blade!
No shield can stand at the beast.
We're not finished! In an instant! Impact Block! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Swallow Blade!
Ready and go.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Let's see what you've got.
Swallow Blade! I'm on Swallow Blade! I'll smash you! Dragon Form!
Smite with Dragon Blade.
Eat this!
Where are you going? This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Slash! Dragon Swarm! My turn!
Can't get out of this.
Swallow Blade! I'm ready! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade.
Don't get complacent.
Gotta break through! Engaging! Dragon Swarm! Swarm!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Swallow Blade!
Can you take it?
Eat this!
Do it!
Watch out!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Here I go!
Swallow Blade!
Smite with Dragon Blade.
Hurricane! Dragon Swarm!
Eagle Side.
Anything in all
It's all mine.
Dragon Swarm! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade.
Looks like we won. What's this thing?
Coming through! Swallow blade! Armor won't save you! Swallow
Glacial
blade!
Spear! Pierce evil! Careful! It has some kind of camouflage!
Here I come! No further! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this! I'll run you through! It was nice to
Radiant Pierce!
On your knees!
Dragon Swarm!
Hear me! Flame of Fury!
Burning Swallow Blade!
I'm ready!
Try harder!
Cock back,
Shine!
will ya?
Radiant Blade! Try harder! Stay away from me! Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno! From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with light! Slash!
Cock back,
Try
will ya?
harder! Slash! Radiant light!
Annihilation!
Regeneration! Regenerate! I owe you one! Swallow dance! I'm just... The enemy will act too!
We'll soon see about that!
Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade! You're mine! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclops!
Radiant Pierce!
Bringing you apart! Bloody howling! I'm on it! Swarm!
Healing Circle!
Negative gate!
Mega
I
Ray!
really owe you one!
Downfall!
Swallow Blade! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Ready and rare! Slash! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade! That freaking does it! Slash! Now you see what I can do! Dragon...
Arc Steel! Flame of Fury!
Slash! Dragon Swarm! Slash! Dragon Swarm! Take this! Swallow Blade!
Will this help?
Dragon Swarm! Shine! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Regenerate! Glimmer Dragon! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! No escape! Glimmer Dragon! Shine! Should have met me! Force of regeneration! Swallow Blade! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Dragon Swarm! Here I come! Here I come! Try harder! Point flash!
You're mine!
Swallow Blade!
You won't!
Dragon Swarm! Slash!
Healing Circle!
Dragon Swarm! I really owe you one. I owe you one. Dragon Swarm! I can carve through armor! Slash! No further! Here I come! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Remote!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
There's always room for improvement. She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking.
What's wrong, sweetie? Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be?
The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
Is this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard. For all we know, there could be something hiding around here.
Like this should be easy.
Damn it! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone! Aim for the weak spot! It's almost too strong! Split it open! Be my guest! Dragon Form! Burning Sword! I never miss! Dragon Form! Here's a healing art! Dragon Form!
An Astral Arts?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Nothing gets by you!
I have no limits!
Here goes!
What's this?
Healing circle!
We're not finished! Dragon Form! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
There!
Dance!
Not on my watch!
Eagle of blood! Rending you apart! Bloody howling!
Swallow Blade!
Dragon Form! In a bind?
Swallow Blade!
Now you see what I can do!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Far enough!
Swallow Blade!
Eagle Assault!
Dragon Form!
Rending you apart! Eagle Side! Everlasting
Annihilation!
Negative gate!
Swallow Blade!
I'm on! Take it!
Hear my call!
Glimmer Blade!
Here goes!
Eagle Assault! Rending you apart!
You're mine!
Bloody
Right!
You shouldn't have messed with me!
Talon Hurricane! Not on my watch!
Swallow Blade!
I'm all stuffed up! Mega Ray!
I'm ready! Go! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
you'll learn.
I'm on Swallow Blade! Resonate with the earth!
Here I come! Dragon Form!
Take it! Rending you apart! Everlasting sun! Negative you can't get out of... I'm ready!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Swallow Blade! Now for the clear! They smite with black sword! Now you see what I can do!
My field?
I really owe you one.
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Nicely done.
One last place to look. Straight ahead.
There she is! Almeidrea!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Dahnan Witch.
Almeidrea.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like a rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without it are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Miennes. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almeidrea.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. as people hollowed.
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Mesmold! Enjoy your meal! Sad eyes. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
Dragon Swarm! Ready and ready! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade! Go! It's over!
Everlasting darkness!
Negative gate! Slide! First Void Blast!
I can carve through armor!
Void Blast!
Take this!
Strike! Take this! Bang Blast!
Not on my watch! Reload!
Void Blast!
Elusive deity!
Hitting roll now! Eagle Ray! Void Blast! All Eagle Ray! Slide! You're mine!
Into the shadows!
Benediction light.
I'm all stuffed up!
Toyoyo!
By the power of
Void
water!
Blast! Crumble! Slide!
Right.
Arch healing circle!
Toyoyo! Slide and go!
Talon Hurricane!
Eagle Blade! Come on, roll now! Swallow Blade! Tectonic Blast!
How dare you!
First strike! Put you through!
I'm only getting started!
You're mine! Begin!
I'm all stuffed up! Lightning!
Take this!
Dragon Swarm!
Denied! Reload! Arch Steel! Back into the fray!
Dragon Swarm! Dragon Swarm!
Rending you apart!
Armor won't save you!
Only getting
Ready for me! What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready!
It's too much! Now I'm in the groove!
Here's a healing... Ready to go!
Dragon Swarm! Seismic Rupture!
Radiant Pierce!
Swallow Blade!
What?
Dragon
Another
Swarm! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Annihilation! Hear me! Flame of Fury! Ready to go!
Talon Soaring Blast! Eagle Dive! Crumble! Resonate with the earth!
Annihilation!
Can't get out of this! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Now you see what I can do! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Soaring Blast!
Confiscated!
Swallow Blade! I'm getting stuck! Eagle
Annihilation!
Blue escape!
Flame of Fury!
Everlasting Dark!
Water!
Negative
Hear my
damage!
call!
Now I'm in the
Here's a
groove!
healing art!
I owe you one! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Radiant, look here!
Resonate with the earth! Eat this!
Lightning!
Swallow Blade! Bloody howling! Resonate with the earth!
Not in your dreams!
Swallow Blade!
Flame of Fury!
It's showtime! Dragon Swallow Blade! Swallow Blade! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclops! Slaves! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! They're attacking separately! I can't land a hit on her! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me help! First aid! Here! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Resuscitation! Here's a healing art!
This should do it! All finishing here and now!
First aid!
Losing you a bloody hell! Anything in order! In a bind? You will suffer! Force Blast! Shine! Radiant won't save you! Regeneration! Swallow Blade! First strike! Regenerate! Silence!
Behold my true
That looks bad.
Wits about you, people!
Blazing Sword!
Here's evil!
Seismic Rupture! All finishing here and now! Blade! Dragon Swarm!
This one's mine!
Resonate with the earth! Strike!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall the impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arts aren't so special. And now, they're mine!
Another incantation ruined.
Try harder!
Not on my watch!
Swallow Dance! Negative gate!
Here's evil!
This is my...
Not done yet!
Come now!
I'm just getting started! I owe you one! Swallow Dance! I'll smash you! Dragon Swarm! First strike! Dragon Swarm!
I'll heal you all!
Begin! First strike! Elusive on! Rotating pile driver! Swallow Blade! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Strike! Dragon Swarm! Can't get out of this! You'll pay for that!
Here goes!
Strike!
Denied!
No further.
I can't lose. Ready to go!
Right!
Reload! I'll I'll bring you back from death. Abyss.
That's much better. I'm on it! Talon Dragon Form!
I was overconfident.
Is you hearing now? Swallow Blade!
Let me help.
Slice!
Not on my watch.
Swallow Blade! Everlasting darkness!
He's such a kid. I couldn't make it in time.
Not done yet!
I'll bring you back.
Being interrupted.
Swallow Blade! Dragon Form!
Resuscitation!
You will suffer!
Not done yet! Eat this! Dragon Form!
I never miss!
Eagle Assault! Negative Swallow Blade!
Denied! Behold my true power!
Her Master Core!
Not while I'm around, he isn't.
Dragon Form! No further! Big Blast! Swallow Blade! Dragon Form!
I'll never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down! You don't scare me!
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her now! Mega Ray!
Dragon Form!
Gemini Aqua!
His armor won't save you!
Annihilation!
Dragon Form!
Mega Ray!
I'm on it! Negative Water! Ignite!
Mega Ray!
Rhythmic Ticket! What's this? Dragon Form!
I'll end you! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Dahnan, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Dahnan or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again.
Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganath Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more.
let me down. What?
Wait, what just happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Shion!
Alvin!
Shion!
Alvin!
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign. After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake. As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. I just wanted to go back. To Dena. To my home.
Alphen.
Iori.
Live for me.
No. Iori. No! Wait, please. Wait, I... What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Niori. Shion. Damn it.
Dragon Swarm! Slash! Dragon Swarm! No escape! Slash! Swallow Blade! Slash! Here I come! Wind! Void Flash! Mirage! I'm not done! Take this! Double Demon Fang! Slash! No escape! Dragon! Slash! This one's all mine! Slash! Mirage! No escape! Double Demon Fang! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Here I come! Dragon Swarm! It's over! Take this! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade! Eat dirt! Swallow Blade! Here I come! Dragon Swarm! Slash! Dragon Swarm! I'm not done! Swallow Blade! Here I come! Here I come! Swallow Blade! I'm not done! You're finished! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade! You're my... Swallow Blade! I'm not done!
Alvin?
Rinwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Rinwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little... off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
I think Huro senses an owl around here. speaking of Thistlelim, it's... the ordeal seems...
Yeah. And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation. Simply keep an eye on him.
Right. You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Xion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegis.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dano. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Dahnan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almeidria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Xion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Xion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Xion I knew from Lenegis. It was Nayori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shionne's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shionne and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or 2 ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh? Back to the inn, I guess.
Alphen! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alvin, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Dougal policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
Swallow there!
You require a bet that shell's hiding from the gate.
Here, help this work!
Here I come! Swallow blade!
Its armor's too strong.
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest!
Now, in the groove!
This one's all mine! Eat dirt! It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Swallow blade! Swallow blade! Dragon swarm! Swallow blade! Dragon swarm!
Tiger blade!
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Dance in the wind!
Dragon swarm!
Slug! Eagle assault! Tiger blade!
Slug!
Eagle fly!
Slug!
Raging storm!
Slug!
Hope this works!
I'm on guard! Immediate counter charge!
Swallow blade! Go! In an instant! Impact block!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistlerim kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bombs with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron, and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there. Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Did we really just spend that much money?